meeting of the Law Commission today, the Democrats raised concerns over the recent news circulating in foreign media about the potential to set up a refugee camp in Albania, with Ultimania responding that it is a false alarm. Prime Minister Rama held a meeting today with young people in Durrws, reiterating that professional education offers more employment opportunities and that the youth needs to be more proactive in job seeking. A bill proposing that a part of the fee for the use of a television should go to national and informative private media has been presented in order to increase the quality of information and reporting. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Monday the 11th of June 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. Today's meeting of the Law Commission did not offer any surprises. The opposition MPs were present at the meeting and as such the discussions continued to focus on the Jafai case, amid allegations that the government is linked to crime and corruption. Referring to foreign media, despite the fact that there has still been no official reaction from the government, opposition MPs expressed their concern about the potential establishment of a refugee camp in Albania. According to the Democrats, the information provided by the foreign media contradicts the position of the executive head of the government, suggesting that the Prime Minister is looking to his personal interests at the expense of the Albanian people. Democratic Party MP Khaled Ali gave a speech listing the issues that, according to him, should be part of the Commission's work calendar, but that were rejected by the majority, alluding to the possibility of that such action would bring back the phenomenon of human trafficking to our state. Police and police chiefs have just the virtue to cooperate with crime. Drug transporting speedboats are now readied and warm to begin the transport of refugees. The Prime Minister's agenda is no longer how to build the state, to deliver the justice reform, or to provide evidence that the partners demand of us, such as evidence that justice was operated on Saimir Tahiri and on Fatmir Jafai. The Prime Minister's agenda has left out any element of public interest, said Khaled Ali. According to Ali Rama is selling everything just to retain his chair, and he did not leave out the issue of the National Theatre. And the cherry on the cake, he ruins the National Theatre in order to build high-reaching towers, complained Khaled Ali. According to the DP MP, that which has been sold as a positive reform has actually cut the arms of Albanians in reference to being able to find justice. But for the head of the Law Commission, Socialist Party MP Ultimania, the opposition's concern is simply a reaction to a false alarm. The government itself has not given an official answer, but it seems that this is already subject to debate between the majority and opposition based on the guidance of the head of the DP given to his MPs. The debates will continue to focus on the Jafai case, the reform in justice, and now the possibility of establishing a refugee camp. International media such as Le Monde and Daily Mail have written about the establishment of a potential refugee camp in Albania or Kosovo to stop them from transiting from our lands into the European Union. The former General Prosecutor Adriatic Lala will not be required to undergo the vetting process. Today, the Special Appeals Court reconfirmed the decision of the Independent Qualification Commission to stop the vetting process of the former General Prosecutor following his resignation. Independent Qualification Commission's decision on Lala was appealed by the Public Commissioner with the allegation that the former General Prosecutor did not apply the resignation procedures appropriately and he continues to have the status of a magistrate. However, the trial chamber also decided by a majority of votes of its members to update the decision dated 16 February 2018 of the Independent Qualification Commission to provide for an additional restriction on recommencing service. The decision now reads as follows. Point 1, interruption of the re-evaluation process of the subject, Adriatic Lala. Point 2, prohibition of the appointment of Adriatic Lala as a judge or prosecutor at any level, as a member of the High Judicial Council or the High Council of the Prosecution Office, as a High Inspector of Justice, or as a General Prosecutor for a period of 15 years. Regarding this decision, Lala has the right to appeal to the European Court of Human Rights. Within 30 days, the full reasoned decision and minority opinions will also be published. The former Prosecutor General was not present himself at the hearing. His defence lawyer, Sokol Hazizai, considered today's decision as some of the first evidence as to the success of judicial reform. Prime Minister Rama invited young people to attend professional education in order to meet the demands of the labour market. During a meeting with youth workers employed in professional education in Durrws, the head of the government once again mentioned that the fact that jobs where professionals are required are being filled by foreigners. The Prime Minister said that young people refuse to apply for jobs, claiming salaries are too low. Rama gave the example of the job applications made by youth in the European Union, where employers receive dozens of applications, providing a candidate pool to be chosen from. Rama told the youth that tourism offers genuine employment potential, suggesting that based on the growth rate of this industry, the potential is for the need of up to 250,000 employees in this sector. Young people expressed delighted to be integrated into work during these months. Work on the rehabilitation of the damaged areas along the Tirana-Durrws highway have already started. Infrastructure and Energy Minister Damian Jignouri announced that the roadwork will last for 2 weeks, while the funding has been secured via the maintenance contract with the World Bank. Jignouri accused the past government for the extremely dilapidated state of the major arterial. This interference will stabilise the situation for a period of up to 2 years, with Jignouri announcing a more complete intervention will be conducted in the coming years. For many years, this important asset has not been properly maintained. This is an emergency intervention to face and eliminate all problems. This road deserves a more serious intervention, for which we are in planning, explained Damian Jignouri. According to the director of the Albanian Road Authority, Afrim Cendro, the intervention will mainly focus on the Tirana-Durrës axis. We will rehabilitate 31 square metres, and the most important part of Kashar-Durrës will be completed by the end of June. Within 2 weeks, the repairs will be done, and for the tourist season that really starts in July, the road will be functional, said Afrim Cendro. The start of works has already caused traffic congestion in the area. The road police asked drivers that the movement of heavy vehicles towards the north be done through Kamsa. Cars travelling to Durrës are to use the exit at the Castrati supply point and the overpass for Kashar in the direction of Vora. For those going to the south, it is recommended that drivers choose the path from Elbasan Road. Programming and statistical information confirm that 95% of the television audience are tuned into private media in Albania. Despite the evidence proving that it is they who serve the public their daily information, government support to the organisations is non-substantial. To increase the quality of information, reporting and broadcasting, private media have filed a draft law with the Audiovisual Media Authority. Head of the Audiovisual Media Authority, Aleksandar Frangai, says that this draft law originated in 2012, when the then ruling DP failed to find common language that could be agreed upon with the then opposition socialists. A part of the fee for the use of a television set needs to go to private media. Information media will be prioritised for support over entertainment, explained Aleksandar Frangai. The bill has found the support of all private television institutions, whose representatives point out that it will increase the quality of information and thus avoid the spread of fake news. This draft law will increase the quality of information and reporting, stated Ilva Tare, the information director at Ora News, while the owner of Report TV, Carlo Bolino, said that the draft law will avoid the spread of fake news. For some other leaders, the law is overdue, but it will garnish to their media the independence of any government. The project will give to private media more independence, confirmed Ben Blushi, the information director at Top Channel. Albania is not the first state to cast an idea for such a law, with many other European countries providing a portion of the television usage fees to support private media. The neighbourhoods surrounding Elbasan Road in Tirana will undergo a full renovation of infrastructure. Mayor of Tirana, Erion Veliaj, during an inspection of the requalification works in this residential block, said that this change would serve to benefit the more than 5,000 residents of this neighbourhood. This is known as the neighbourhood of the American Embassy, but only the name is the same, because it is not like America at all. I'm not saying that the neighbourhood has become like America today, but we have a much more civil space. The fact that people are helping us, for example by planting trees, makes me feel very proud to serve a city that has so much solidarity. Despite the large number of problems, this city has a family feeling, and we behave like a family when it comes to common interest, said Erion Veliaj. With just a few days until the 3rd anniversary of taking over as Tirana's mayor, Veliaj said the city has undergone major changes not only in infrastructure but also in mentality. In a few days, it will have been 3 years since the beginning of our work in the municipality of Tirana, and I am glad that, upon reflection, we realise that we have achieved so much for this city. The fact that residents not only expect a lot from us, but also contribute enthusiastically, means that the largest investment in these 3 years has not been asphalt, trees or bike lanes, but the change in mentality. This is probably the greatest part of the success story of these 3 years that I have led the municipality of Tirana, remarked Erion Veliai. The Mayor especially gave thanks to the residents who were ready to cooperate and contributed to the release of public spaces. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.